wait for you. God is so faithful and patient. Yes, you gotta see every single time you need him. I promise he'll be right there. Want you to believe if you get up on your knees, you can.
Good morning, all. It is Saturday morning, and I have a lot to do. For the first time in a very long time, I am taking content creation serious. I've always taken it. It's always been a thing that I've loved to do, that I have a passion for, that God gave me the passion for. But I also think that I haven't fully stepped into it like I was supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like there's a level the Lord wants me to hit with it, and I can't unless I'm serious, and been too serious about it, like I should be. But I'm just kind of just getting the confirmation that this is what He wants me to do. No, I'm not called to be an influencer. That I'm called to have influence. There's a difference. Into my spiritual gifts of prophecy and being called a prophet, you know, that's clearly one of my many gifts that God has given me. I'm trying to figure out what He wants me to do now, and I'm just now, and I feel like this fire under my butt to like do it now. It's like not like fear or anything, or like Amber, you better do it or you're going to be in trouble. It's more like I'm excited again about it, because I lost my excitement to create for a while. It was gone. Like I didn't have the desire to do it. I was overwhelmed. I was overworked. I'm so excited, bro. Like you would think I had a check coming or something about it, but it's mostly just excitement because I get to be me again. I feel like myself. Like maybe for a while I haven't been myself. Just a lot of warfare, a lot of attacks, a lot of things disconnect. And I'm not saying that making videos and creation is me, but it is a part of me. I am my Father's daughter. I enjoy creating. And I learned that all these years I wanted the glory to go to me when I started creating. I wanted it to go to me. I needed it to be me that was glorified. But come to understand and coming to learn that everything isn't about me. Especially following Christ, you learn very quickly that nothing's about you. Like you are a character in the story of Jesus. You are a side quest, if you will, because the story is about Jesus and what He's done. Him saving us is really a side quest. It's like a, you know what I'm saying? Let me get my children back real quick. Boom. Then I still gotta do this. I gotta do this. I gotta do this. I gotta do this. You know? So learning that and realizing that not everything is about me and I get to make everything about Him is amazing. A game for me. There are very real things that I struggle with, that I have challenges with, that I don't talk about, that I know that I should talk about. And I'm going to. Just let me get there, you know? Can't let you in there. And there was a fear placed on me that I shouldn't say much about my life, because the witchcraft and the enemy and all of these things, you need to be quiet. You can't let your left hand know what your right hand doing, and all the things. And that's biblical, that part. But it's like I can't live in fear of retaliation from Satan because I'm talking. Now, if I tell you that I'm about to open a multi-million-dollar business tomorrow, and then I let everybody know, and then something happens, that's different. But if I'm just giving you bits and pieces of my life and showing you truth in them, that's different. Name this series Becoming. And now there's no word after that, because I'm just becoming over and over again. I will never reach the end of myself on this side of earth. So maybe in heaven I'll get to vlog. That'd be so cool. Oh my God. Oh, can we? Oh my God, that'd be so cool to vlog in heaven. Hey, heaven vlogs would be lit, because I'm unlimited. There's no sin. I'm extra talented there. Like there's no human limitations. Ooh, that'd be so fire. Anyway, I got a lot of things to do today, so Today, the series of becoming. This is me being alone. Being alone. I am not trying to come across unappreciative the things that Lord has done, or come off like I'm not appreciative that I have a relationship with Jesus, like that I have the privilege of knowing God for real, that I'm not in any type of psychosis, I'm not in any cult, that this is real life. I've encountered him, I talked to him, this is real. Appreciate that. But it's like I don't know, maybe I'm ready for my own family. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm surrounded by all of my peoples having their own family, and I'm probably feeling some type of way about that and haven't fully dove into that emotionally, what that could possibly be. And the thing is, I know I'm not alone. And the thing is, people, you're not alone, you have Jesus, and you're never alone, and I know that. That's not newfound on me. It's not like I don't understand that. It's not like I don't know how Jesus completes me and how he is the beginning and the end, and how he's with me and walks with me and talks with me. It's not like I don't know that. But like, man, I'm getting up there. I'll be 32 at the end of this year. And it'll be completion. 7 is the number of completion. It'll be completion. When summer hit and I am still single. And it's not like I'm in a rush. At the same time as I sit and I be like, oh Lord, I want my family, I then begin to think like, I'm not ready for that. Like, so it's like this battle in my mind of like, oh, I want my family, I want my husband, I want to be a wife, I want to be a mother. And then I really think, and I'm like, oh, I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for that. And what I'm not ready for is like, I don't know, maybe I'm not healed enough. But there's so many people who met their husband in sin and who are married and trying to heal in it. Why he wants me to be so complete and healed before my husband, don't know. Because I'm watching the wrecks that I've seen my entire life. Just, I don't know. But, different standards. It's always been different standards for me in Jesus. Like I watched other people do things that I just knew I couldn't. I was like, Jesus, why can they do this and I can't? And he'd just be like, that's not what I have for you. Are you gonna elaborate? Or he don't be caring about nothing that I'm talking about that's pertaining to how I'm supposed to move with him. You know what I'm saying? Like when I be questioning him on a lot of stuff that pertains to me, he don't be wanting to answer it because that's none of my business. And he right, it ain't. But I just be wanting to know, sometimes. So like, I don't think I'm ready for my husband. I don't. Physically, I don't feel the best about myself. Financially, I ain't where I want to be. And I just feel like I'm still healing certain parts from a relationship standpoint. There's a reason why he has me reading this book, The Power of a Praying Wife, because there's some things I need to work on. You know what I'm saying? Some things I need to nip in the bud and be ready to submit, So I get that. What I am ready for is to live alone. And I've been on God's neck about that. I'm like, okay, Lord, I know I don't have to be here. I know it's not, I'm forced to be here. But hey, can you give me a timeline of when I can go? Because I can leave. I can do what I want. But is that obedience? No. So I'm like on God's head. When can I leave, Papa? When can I go? When can I skedaddle? When can I bounce? When can I, I think it's soon. He just ain't giving me no date, which, like I said, I'm always asking him about my business, which is really his business, which is none of my business. You know what's crazy? Is I enjoy my solitude. I absolutely enjoy being alone. As of right now in my life, that's not something I get to do often. I get to be alone in my room, but I don't, or in my car, but I don't get to be alone in like a 24-hour period, you know? So it's ironic that I necessarily have this lonely feeling sometimes, but at the very same time, like being alone. I don't know what that is. It could be a spirit. Like, who knows? You know, not everything is demonic. Some things could be trauma. I'm still trying to figure those things out, which is which, you know. The best thing to do is when you're going through something, is surrounded by Jesus. It's not a single feeling that he has felt, that you are feeling, that he never felt. Love that about him. One of my favorite things about Jesus is how personable he is. It's like there's nothing you can tell him. I'll be like, Jesus, I'm going through this thing. And he'd be like, I don't know. I don't know what you're going to do about it. He understands. He gets it. And that's awesome because life is hard. You know, sometimes we go through these big emotions and these big things, and the best days I have are when I'm speaking to Jesus all day. And when I have these moments like this to where I'm like, hey, wanting a family here, wanting a husband, wanting to be a mother, wanting this, wanting that. And then I just tell him about how I feel. It's like a conversation. He'll be like, okay, Amber, so this is why you feel this. And this is, he won't tell me what he's doing exactly, but he'll tell me like why I'm in what I'm in, so it can produce something he's trying to do. So that helps. But I don't ever really know. But here's the thing about feeling the loneliness. Being honest with Jesus, he will reveal things in your heart, reveal things about him that you wouldn't have thought about because you're too busy focused on you. So if I shift my focus to Jesus, I feel like this, and I feel like this, and I feel like this, and he's like, okay, let's talk about it. I'd be like, okay, and I will talk his face and his ear off if I could about it. It's actually quite refreshing. Go back to this lonely thing. When I said I'm alone, I don't really mean lonely. Concoction I tried to make last night. What I really mean is that I need to find contentment in the Lord and spend more time with him. Initially, when you are going through something, you tend to run to other vices, and I have a bad habit of doing that. My vice is doom scrolling. When something overwhelms me, I am quick to be on TikTok for 5 hours. And that's not okay, neither is that healthy. Like, girl, get it together. But anytime I notice there's a lack of something or a feeling of something, I automatically, immediately chalk that up to me and Jesus, or our relationship, or me not speaking to him enough. And I can be honest with myself with that, because anyone who's following Christ will tell you that they could always spend more time with him. Not that busy. Not enough. Not so much that Jesus will take the back seat, you know? But I'm going to tell you this. If you are feeling anything remote that feels like an incomplete, something that Jesus said that he fixed already, or that he has healed already, or that there's a scripture for that, it comes right back around to you're not spending enough time with God. But I also watched a video that talked about intimacy with God, and it really shifted my perspective. I guess the girl was asking somebody, a panelist, about how she spent time with God and how she's not being intimate with the Lord. And people like to come at us and talk to us about, those little 30-second prayers in the car on the way to work, and those prayer when you wake up, and that while you're brushing your teeth isn't enough for Jesus. And it's like, who said that? Who told? Like, why is this being preached as a true thing? Intimacy. Being at work, can't find a document or can't figure out something, and you're like, Jesus, help me find this thing or help me figure it out. And then boom, it comes to you. Intimacy. What else? Trying to talk to a difficult person at work, or struggling with trying to make an important decision in your life. Lord, I need you to reveal it to me, blah, 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 blah. I need you to help me, blah, blah, blah. Intimacy. So after I heard that, it really shifted how I began to look at what I believe intimacy is. And since it shifted that, then I began to think, I'm not alone. And of course I know that, but what I mean is there's the feeling that I would get that would feel like I'm alone isn't me. Things you feel and think all day that are not your thoughts, that are not your feelings. And you have to be able to know the difference, or the demons, the spirits, or whatever you want to call them, will have their way with you if you don't know. A lot of people dismiss the spiritual part of Jesus. They think everything is so grace and just faith and grace and faith, faith and grace. We are in a spiritual battle. We fight not against what? Flesh and blood. Yeah. That's the thing. I forgot how big this is. This might block out my freaking window. Let me see. Kinda. But anyway, evaluate your relationship with Christ about how much time you spend with Him. You could always do better. You can always do more. But one thing you are never is alone. Saying you're alone is like saying, man, it's like ignoring Jesus standing right there. This is you saying you're alone. This is Jesus. Hello, I'm right here. Goofy, but it's true. So, this is a new setup. I like it. I like it. I like it. I really, really like it. I could have sworn, I don't know where my little box went. I used it for something else. You almost made me drop my croissant. Anyway, I'm just spamming. Just wanted to drop some verses for feeling alone because, you know, the devil's a liar. I remember before I came to the previous ministry I was in, when I was around, I kept hearing the devil's a liar when something would be said that was contradictory to what they wanted to happen or to what was actually happening, or, you know, just a demonic attack or something like that. And I remember being so profound to me to hear was the devil's a liar, because it's not like I heard that a lot. Like, I know, but like in everyday conversation, I went and got a parking ticket, and you know I wasn't parked wrong, or I got stopped by, you know, like whatever just be going on in life and stuff be happening, and they would just be like, the devil's a liar. And I had to understand, I had to grow to know, like, what is he lying about? And everything. He's lying about everything. Regular day speech conversation, because he is a liar. He is a liar because everything Christ did on the cross has been paid for. So when you have a physical pain in your body, or this is what I tell people before I pray for them, or even for myself when I'm going through something, physical pain in my body, I'll be like, oh, that was a liar. And I say that because, not because the pain you're experiencing isn't real, it's because Christ paid for your sins on the cross, and he also paid for the pain that you're experiencing. So if you're experiencing a pain that Christ paid for, he is the truth, right? Then it's actually a lie, because what are you doing here? And it's hurting. And Christ was nailed to the cross. Everything he went through was so that we can be redeemed to him. Our sin can be paid for, and we can walk in his authority and live out his will until the end of our last breath, right? In between then, we ought to fight, we ought to pray, we ought to have good times, we're going to have bad times, all the things. So if there's this pain in my hand, and his hand was nailed to a cross so that I never have to experience pain in my hand, it's a lie. It's not true, because devil's already defeated. He lost. So this pain in my hand, even though it's real physically, it's not real spiritually. Now, I'm not talking about things that are evident, like broken bones and stuff like that. Of course, your bone is broken, but it don't have to stay broken. That's the lie the enemy wants you to believe, that it has to stay whatever the doctor says or whatever natural life says it's supposed to be, because it just makes sense. The doctor says, oh, this is arthritis. You just take medicine for that, or you just do exercises for that. No, this is a lie. Yes, it hurts, but he paid for it. So what I'm going to do is rebuke the pain, because it has no lawful right being here, because he paid for it. Right? So you know the singer Forrest Frank, who broke his back. That back was healed in 7 days? Devil's a liar. There's no truth in him. Challenge you. If you are feeling alone and you're watching this video, I challenge you to ask Jesus to come into your room right now. You can either continue with this video being on, because it's about to end, or you can turn this video off, sit in the room in this space by yourself in silence or whatever, and ask Jesus to show up and watch what he does. He may show up physically. He may tear the roof off your house and step his whole foot in there, or somebody may come knocking on your door showing you some love, or you may get a text that somebody's checking in on you or something. He's going to do something, and this isn't on me. This is on him. This is his reputation. That's who he said he is. So I'm just telling you what to do next. Call on Jesus and tell him to come and see you. Father, I need a hug right now. I wish you would give me a hug. All of a sudden you feel warmth and you feel peace. I promise you, y'all, call on Jesus and watch what he do. And if you come across this video and you're at the end of this video, I thank you for watching. And if you actually called on Jesus, tell me what happened in the comments. I want to know. I love hearing stories about my Savior and what he did, so Psalms 139, 7 through 10. You literally can't escape him if you wanted to. That's the enemy speaking in your ear, telling you he's never going to love you, and you're such a bad daughter, you're such a bad son, and Jesus is mad at you. God ain't never been mad at you a day in his life. Ever. Never been mad at you. Now, who he mad at is Satan. Who's forgotten about is Satan. Satan is a ultimate projector. He tells you everything he's going through. You're never going to be nothing. You're going to be nothing. You actually are nothing. You lost. You know what I'm saying? So you got to just flip it back. When he say something to you, you're never going to be successful at this, he literally just lied to you. He told you the opposite. So what you say is, oh, I am going to be successful. Because you just said I'm not. So that means I am, because you're a liar. That's how I like to think about it anyway. God is always with you. You are never alone. And call on Jesus, man. If you don't do nothing else, call on Jesus. If you don't do nothing else, call on Jesus. Peace.